G7 and BRICS are always in the news, but are they rivals? Which group is more powerful? Why is India a member of BRICS but also invited to G7 summits? Hello everyone, welcome to Asparica Hub. In today's video, we'll compare G7 and BRICS point by point so that you can understand and remember every point easily for all competitive exams. We'll compare these two groupings under 10 main important points. Let's begin with the formation. G7 was formed in 1975 as the G6 during a global economic crisis. In 1976, Canada joined, making it the G7. On the other hand, BRICS held its first summit in 2009 as BRIC. In 2010, South Africa joined and the group became BRICS. The second difference is their nature. G7 mainly consists of advanced developed economies, whereas BRICS mainly consists of emerging economies that are playing an increasingly important role in global growth. One main point to remember here is both groups are informal groups. And the third difference is membership. G7 has 7 members, whereas BRICS originally had 5 members. In recent years, BRICS has expanded by admitting additional countries. So the new members total include 11 member countries. Now let's understand their objectives. G7 focuses on issues like global economic stability, internal security, climate change, technology, and major geopolitical challenges, whereas BRICS focuses on economic cooperation among emerging economies, infrastructure development, trade, investment, and reforms to global governance so that developing countries have a strong voice. Many students get confused here. Neither G7 nor BRICS has a permanent headquarters because both are informal groupings. Their summits are hosted by member countries on a rotating basis. However, BRICS established the new development bank whose headquarters is in Shanghai, China. Remember that the NDB headquarters is not the headquarters of BRICS. Next, the population. If we compare population, BRICS represents a much larger share of world's population than the G7. This is one reason why BRICS has become increasingly influential in global decision. Economic strength. Economically, both groups are important, but in different ways. G7 countries generally have higher incomes, advanced technology, and mature economies, whereas BRICS countries are among the world's fastest growing major economies and contribute significantly to global economic growth. Decision making. Both G7 and BRICS generally make decisions through consensus. Consensus means members discuss issues until everyone agrees on the final decision instead of deciding by majority voting. Major institution. Here comes an important difference. The G7 itself does not have its own development bank. Instead, G7 countries often work through existing international financial institutions such as the World Bank and the International Monetary Fund, whereas BRICS established the new development bank in 2014 to finance infrastructure and sustainable development projects in member countries and other eligible developing countries. India's role. At India plays a unique role. India is a founding member of BRICS. At the same time, India is regularly invited to G7 summits as a guest country. This reflects India's policy of engaging with both developed and developing nations. Let us know few important points. Why is BRICS expanding? This group has admitted additional members in recent years, reflecting growing interest among countries in participating in a forum that represents emerging and developing nations. And also, what is the global influence? G7 has long played a major role in the international finance, diplomacy, and security. At the same time, BRICS has become increasingly influential by promoting cooperation among emerging economies and advocating reforms in global institutions. G7 and BRICS are not direct rivals. They are two influential international groupings with different memberships and priorities, but both play significant roles in shaping global governance and the world economy. If this comparison helped you understand G7 and BRICS clearly, please like the video, share it with your fellow aspirants, and subscribe to Aspirica Hub. Thank you for watching.